Hi, Hefty here. Going to talk about principles of physical training and fitness plans. Again, this is a section that you're going to need to cover on your final portfolio. We'll talk a little bit about sports performance, sports nutrition, get into some terminology that you can use in your portfolio, and then some workshops and homework for you to design the templates that you'll use in the portfolio. So, again, you're going to apply this to the section of fitness plans and physical training. You also could apply this into risk management. A great model is the Applied Health and Performance Science here at Penn State. And these are different areas that you should look to address. Sport performance, performance nutrition, performance psychology, sports medicine, student athlete welfare and development, strength and conditioning, and then mental health for the student athlete also. Again, the link here is a great resource for you to use as references or design model as you go forward for your portfolio. Another area you could add is nutrition. Kate actually did a presentation. She was a nutrition intern here at the university. Again, apply to your physical training fitness plans, but again, your risk management. Again, there's three key differences between athletes and the general public for nutritional needs. Again, you just need more of everything just because of the energy that you're expending. Again, calories, fluids, and protein. Again, most of you know these things, but again, the body's order for fuel is carbohydrates, protein, and then fat. Again, how much should you eat is an individual basis. This is a great link where it's got a formula you can plug in and use. It's kind of fun to look at. Great resource as an illustration in your portfolio. Timing, probably just as important, if not more important, as what you eat. Again, this is where you as a coach can play a huge role, and this is something you definitely should talk about in your practice structure and your training structure. Again, nutrients digest at different rates. So timing is vital to performance so that the glycogen stores can be as full as possible. So, one way to apply in the portfolio is talk about your pre-workout meals and snacks. Again, they talk about what should be eaten 2 hours before exercise, and then smaller snacks 1 hour prior to exercise, and talks about why. Things you should avoid then obviously are fiber, fat, and protein. Again, it just simply, if you've ever been in this situation, makes you feel full or bloated and just weight it down. Again, it just digests very slowly. Big thing to look at then is post-exercise eating. The goals here is to replenish that glycogen stores and stop further breakdown of the muscle so that you can start the recovery process. So key points here is what you do in the first 15 minutes with a quick snack, again, and high in glycogen, and then what you do in those first 2 hours. Good example is chocolate milk right away after a strength and conditioning session, just a great protein source for recovery, nutrient. Supplements. This is an area you must address in your portfolio. You can take whatever position you want, but again, with TRI, you need to have a credible reference cited to support your position, your thesis statement, and then give a clear illustration of how you're going to apply this with your athletes. Each program, each sport is a little bit different. The question is, do you actually even need the supplements? A lot of research would say not. So again, what is bioavailability? Again, it's how something is absorbed and can be used by its target tissue. Again, foods have greater bioavailability than supplements. That's one of the reasons against supplements. A great example is just eggs. They're just an incredible resource, available to the body, and they're going to use all the egg. So, great, simple, natural resource. When you start to get into your fitness training plans, you want to make sure you're doing it by the 3 seasons, preseason, in-season, and postseason. As we start to do the first startup, the workshops here, you want to pause here and look at the next slide where you start to figure out your fitness plan. So we would look at your goals, activities for your sport, frequency, intensity, your warm-up, your cool-down, your notes, and then the differences from in-season, early, in-season peak, and then post-season. This would be your preseason. So go ahead and stop here now, fill that out, and get your first draft going. All right, some physical training basics. I'm not going to go into a lot of this. You should know most of this, but again, you can read it. We're talking about fitness for sport. What we mean is physically meeting the physical demands of your specific sport. So that's the key here. So we want to try to make sure we're doing fitness training goals and objectives is what we're talking about. Again, these are just some different benefits. Most of you know this, but again, just as review for better performance. Again, there's many of them. Again, it's just provides self-confidence, enjoyment, and then we go back to our legal and safety. It's just prevention of injury. Got some components of physical fitness. We look at energy fitness. The key here is there's two energy systems. You need to figure out for your sport, is it anaerobic or aerobic dominant in what you're asking your athletes to do. Muscular fitness then, same type of thing, is what we're looking for the optimal strength, endurance, speed, power, and flexibility. Again, what is optimal for each and how to best train in your specific sport. With muscular strength, same type of thing. Sports such as distance running require less muscular sport, where wrestling, football will require more. So again, analyze and assess your sport. Endurance is another area. Speed, again, goes through some myths here that it can be improved. It's not just a natural inherited. Again, reaction time, movement time is what we're talking about a lot with speed and movement. Muscular power, again, that's kind of the key. It's strength and speed combined. So you want to look at ways almost every sport's going to have a power component to it. Some other fitness terms, muscular fitness terms, flexibility, balance, agility. Then you want to go ahead and pause here again now, and this is where you want to do your assessment from the terms we've talked about. So take your sport that you're doing for the course, kind of list where its priority is, kind of assess then flexibility, strength, endurance, speed, and power issues. Individually assess for your sport, kind of look at low, medium, high, or any other notes you'd want to put with that. This is just doing your first assessment. So go ahead and do that now. All right, so fitness training focus now. You want to use your fitness assessment chart then that we just did to start to come up with a fitness training plan or focus. So here's the assessment we just did. Now from that you can start to talk about this is what you're going to be your energy fitness focus. This would be your muscular fitness focus. Just a quick summary. Again, these templates are ones that you should use then in your fitness training section to illustrate, to serve as the I in TRI as you start to lay out your plan. Again, designing a training program, you need to look at some principles here real quick. The 6 decisions you should start to talk about are choice, order, intensity, volume, frequency, and the length of rest. Remember, recovery is part of the workout, so you need to put that in there also. Some basics here, start and finish. Make sure you have a warm-up with the 3 phases and you have a cool down with the 2 phases included. Some training principles you might want to apply. Specificity principle. We have an overload principle, progression principle, diminishing returns, variation, reversibility, individual difference, moderation. So again, you're going to want to take those fitness training principles and then add that back into that first workshop we did. So let's look at it again here. You can take the different 8 principles and start to put those into preseason, in-season, postseason, and under these different activities with it. All right. So I know that's a quick overview, but the idea is that what we're talking about here is not so much giving you information, learning for the first time. This is, most of you as kinesiology students have a foundation, a solid foundation of sports performance, fitness and nutrition and training principles. More importantly, what we were talking here is ways to apply it to your portfolio and how to use an assessment and a focus kind of template to illustrate how you're going to apply this and do it in your sport. Thanks.